Worms campaign missions. This is number 30, Tsarface, and we're finally there. This is the end of the road, the final campaign mission. With our first turn, we're going to move our first worm inside the building, collecting 2 crafting material crates, and quickly switching over to worm number 3. You can see there he's got a target on his head. This is our target worm. We're going to move him out of harm's way, out of the way of the sniper on the right hand side of the screen. The main objective is to keep the target worm alive and kill all enemy worms. So we're going to swing down to the bottom of the map, land on the building, and I'm just going to use my shotgun to take out the stationary gun you can see there on the left. 2 shots will explode it.
Did you forget your compass?
Just drop down, giving a bit of cover over your head. So the first AI turn is the sniper that would kill you, but he's skipping his go.
If it can shoot,
and we're back to worm number 1. Obviously, we've skipped over worm number 2 there in the last move. So we're back with number 1. I'm going to collect the health crate, and we're going to traverse the same path that we did a second ago with our target worm. Except, what I want to do is swing all the way along and then use my blowtorch just so I'm able to collect the health crate and the weapon crate that contains the OMG strike. So, the OMG strike is for our secondary objectives, which are kill a worm with an OMG strike. Also, a secondary objective is to keep all of your worms alive, so we need to keep all 3 alive, which is why making sure that you've always got cover or some kind of safety against the enemy weapons is paramount in this mission. This second AI turn will only ever take 1 of 2 shots, which is shoot straight up or shoot straight across. Neither really matters, because the first shot you can see the first shot blows you out of the way of the other 5, so I only took 16 damage. With that worm we're going to set the mine off, just causing a bit of damage on this worm here, and use my ninja rope to swing into the building.
Go away.
Now you've got a number of options here. Quite often the worm on the top level doesn't get out the tank, but he has on this occasion. My first thought was to create an escape route using the ninja rope and place a dynamite or a mine next to this worm here. However, I realised that would explode the crafting materials. So very, very quickly, just getting rid of the ninja rope and using my fire punch, and then retreating under the tank.
He will build monuments to us, you know. Wiggly goes.
So our sniper skips his go again. He can't actually see anybody. And with our target worm, just going to use the ninja rope to get that health crate.
Oh, just go find an igloo to sit in.
And then being very careful not to set off the mine. Use the ninja rope again just to bounce up and over onto the building. All I want to do is get into the Zoltan. We don't mess with the Zoltan. You can see that the Zoltan's got 2 magnets, which are obviously there for our protection. I'm just going to mine this one worm, jump across. So any aerial weapons that come our way now against our target worm will be safely deflected.
Found this in my pack.
And you can see all my worms are in such a positions now that I'm confusing the AI no end. He's coming down here, but now he realises he can't actually make that shot because he'll damage himself. So he's skipping his go as well. We're back to worm number 1. I'm going to use this turn to use the OMG strike. The OMG strike takes out an entire cone of scenery, which I'll show you in a second. What I want to do is use this to do some major damage on that final tower. Doing about 100 damage to each of the worms it touches, so I'm going to kill one of them at the very least. The sniper who's got 200 damage won't die, but... So you can see there mucho damage on a lot of the enemy worms. So now Jack the Vlad, our sniping friend, is right next to the tank. And he's going to use a bunker buster, which safely deflects away.
Are you lost? If it can shoot, I can use it.
Alright, so worm number 2, I'm just going to collect these crafting materials, jump into the tank. I'm just making that decision. I'm going to jump down. I can kill this worm in one shot. So I'm just going to drop him a mine, get back into the tank, and then retreat to safety into the building. Double layers of protection. So now we're back with the one worm that is actually a threat to us. He is going to be able to do some damage, and you will sustain some damage. The AI is ridiculously accurate. I mean, look at that, he's bouncing against the pixel that we can't even see.
Stop it.
Thankfully though, he's just given me a fire punch, which is probably one of the least damaged weapons in the game.
You blew my cover.
Just 30 off.
I remember you. Oh, leave this expedition be.
And I'm going to bat that worm over towards the mines and barrels.
Big mistake. He will build
Causing a nice little chain reaction there.
You there, buzz off.
You can see I'm just dismantling the sheep. So I'm not actually going to use that. But what that will do is allow me to craft a jetpack. And we're going to need a jetpack for the very end of the mission.
Call yourself an adventurer? Hogwash. It's showtime.
So back with our first worm. Just going to ninja rope to the same place the target worm is. Oh, except that I've just set off that mine. Yeah, that's not good.
I need a vacation.
58 damage too. Luckily, I've collected quite a few health crates with it. So I've got a bit of a buffer. Here comes the AI again with his super accurate bazooka shooting.
It wouldn't be adventure without the correct tools.
Again, he's jumping on a pixel there you could barely see.
Spectacles? Flask? Oh, where is it?
Oh, thank God for that scenery.
This is war. Let's party.
Alright, so back over to the left hand side of the map. We've still got one worm to get rid of over here. Just going to drive the tank as much under the building as I can. Pop up to where he is, leaving him the dynamite, and then retreating back into the tank for that double protection.
Get to the chopper. No!
Now you can see I'm just crafting the jetpack quickly at the end of that turn.
That's it.
Again, the AI is skipping goes. It's completely freaked out.
Allow me to break the ice.
Alright, so our target worm. First things first, we want to jump into the tank, get that out of the way. Also, that gives us the secondary objectives of being in both vehicles. Inside this building is the crafting materials that will come in useful. So we want that. And with our final move, just going to create, again, a ninja rope escape route. Leave the guys the banana and zip underneath the magnets. So that's taken all three of them out. Sustained a little bit of damage myself, but not a problem. So I think that leaves only 2 worms left on the level. However, still a few moves, very specific turns that we need to make. You can see the snowflakes slowing right down there. The AI is really thinking about what he's going to do next. And I'm just going to craft the super sheep with the materials that I've just collected. Again, the super sheep, possibly a bunker buster would be useful, but I like the super sheep.
Shoot it! Document it later. I ain't got time to bleed. Time to die.
Back with our first worm. What we're going to do is move across to where the magnets are, just to give us again our safety. Actually on second thoughts, what I'm going to do here is stay exactly where I am, because it is really super safe here, and this is where I'm going to use the super sheep. So using the super sheep, not actually going to kill any worms in this turn. What I want to do is get rid of the stationary gun on the right hand side of the tower. You can see why, split second there's a wanted poster at the very top of that tower, which is why we've also crafted a jetpack. Now he's hit me with a sheep there, but it's not going to kill me all the way. Down to 36 for our target worm. And I'm in a relatively safe position there, so what I'm going to do is switch worms and using
I'm not hanging around.
my jetpack, go up and get that wanted poster. As you know, I'm so graceful with the jetpack.
Honey, I'm home.
I didn't do that in the
Rope me
best
into this.
way possible, so I'm just going to ninja rope around in there.
I'm not hanging around.
Just collecting that very final wanted poster. And there's not really a lot I can do, so I'm just going to wait my turn out up here.
I can't feel my tail.
Obviously this AI worm is going to be preoccupied with my worm in the tank.
I promise not to kill him.
I'm just crafting a parachute there just in case I need it with the target worm.
This is war. Allow me to break the ice.
So here we are back with worm number 1, who's been safely tucked away under the overhang.
Who roped me into this?
Just using our bounce technique.
This is our adventure. Explore
And at
your
this
own
point you
country.
can use any way you
I
want
know,
really
don't
to get rid of
worry.
this guy. I'm not going to kill him all the way because I don't think
You
I've got
are
anything that will
terminated.
take 51 damage. Got a grenade, will take 45 or thereabouts. Just getting my jumping wrong. Awesome.
Found this in my pack.
So obviously this worm hopefully is going to target the worm there with
Plus,
1, 3,
spectacles,
1.
Flask. Oh, where is
Health.
it? Huh. Get back. Up for a spot of fisticuffs, hey?
Yeah, he's just using his fire punch.
This
So
is
we've got
war.
2 worms to kill.
This will teach you not to hinder my progress.
Our first is about to meet his maker.
Death stalks but a moment behind.
1 down, 1 to go.
I do wish I had a cup of hot
So we've
cocoa.
kept our target worm safe. He's still at the top of the tower. We will have killed all worms. We got a kill with the OMG strike. All of our worms are still alive. And we've been in both tanks at some point
It will
during
be
the mission.
adventure without... Tally-ho!
This was obviously a super tough level to complete. Absolutely loads of trial and error.
You blew my cover.
But we've got one final move to make.
I'm not hanging
And
around.
this is why I was just crafting that parachute a couple of minutes ago. I'm going to use that right now.
I don't
This
like
is my
you telling me
combat
what I
parachute.
buy. Honey, I'm home. This is a site of historical importance. Politely, go away.
And again, just hoping the time doesn't run out so I waste my go.
Oh, just go find an igloo to
So
sit
just
in.
mining this final worm.
Bye.
And that'll be the end of the mission.
Now,
Thanks so much for watching all 30,
take it back.
if you did.
I'm back. One of the huskies has eaten the bandages again.
I think I'm going to take a little bit of a break from worms. I think I need it. This has been petethesheet. Hopefully these videos have helped you out. Give us a like if they did. I'll see you all again soon.